With the 4th just 2 days away now, the district has been transformed to meet the moment. Final preparations for what we're told will be the largest fireworks display ever are almost done. But it's not the fireworks that are bigger this year. Plenty of critics are suggesting the politics are too. For more context on this 250th celebration, we turn to the News 4 I-Team's Ted Oberg.
U.S. presidents have always been a part of July 4th celebrations. In 1788, a year before he was even president, historians say George Washington doubled his troops' ration of rum to a full cup that day. In 1801, the White House Historical Association says President Jefferson welcomed dignitaries inside the brand new president's house and hosted horse racing out on the lawn. In 1986, Ronald Reagan rededicated the renovated Statue of Liberty.
America's past, of which we're so proud.
We could go on, but the point is, July 4th won't pass without a president doing something.
It's true. Neither will Thanksgiving or Flag Day or,
MJ Rimza-Pavlovska is a professor of public history at American University who wrote her dissertation on the 1976 bicentennial. Back then, President Ford addressed the nation twice that day.
Liberty is for all men and women.
But there were thousands of official celebrations that year.
Americans by 1976 had been organizing stuff for, 10 to 15 years.
Many of those events funded by the U.S. government. Records show the U.S. government funneled just shy of $20 million to states and local governments for festivities. By today's dollars, it's more than $116 million. Events, big and small. The D.C. fireworks, yep, but a wagon train across the country, a nationwide quilting collection, a community cleanup in Boston, and on and on. So how is this year different?
I think that the best types of commemorations are the ones that account for multiple perspectives and opinions. I don't see this year's official commemorations doing that.
It's going to be great. It's going to be unbelievable.
She says plans for this year's celebrations are different. Not just in tone.
I am thrilled to declare that America is back.
But in funding, too. Just as in 1976, Congress set aside money to commemorate America's 250th birthday, $150 million. But federal government records show that America 250, the bipartisan group created by Congress to help commemorate this grand birthday, has only received $25 million, according to reporting from the Associated Press. Instead, federal records show and notice reports the Department of Interior has directed more than $68 million, 3 times as much, to Freedom 250. That's the nonprofit housed in the National Park Foundation, run by a former Trump appointee and supported by a task force chaired by the president himself.
It is unprecedented. This taking of the public money to go to a private, partisan, MAGA-fueled enterprise never happened.
Rob Weissman is the co-president of Public Citizen, a watchdog group which has researched where the taxpayer dollars went and the corporate donations that followed. Public Citizen found $103 million federal dollars in what they call politicized spending on what Freedom 250 calls signature events, many involving Trump and his allies.
The whole Freedom 250 exercise is a hijacking of what Congress had planned for the 250th celebration, which was a nonpartisan celebration of America, our history, looking forward, a coming together moment.
On its website, Freedom 250 claims 16 patriotic ways to celebrate. That Great American State Fair, the president's trip to Mount Rushmore, part of the IndyCar race around the mall, and what Trump has called the world's largest fireworks show ever, right here in D.C., all of them featuring the president and his allies.
It's a MAGA Trump pep rally, and he has said so.
In a statement to News 4, a Freedom 250 spokesperson pushed back on Public Citizen's concerns, saying, as we approach this historic milestone in our nation's founding, we will not be deterred by any partisan outrage or political theater. The president is deeply grateful for the support of his donors, but unlike the politicians of the past, he can't be bought. Freedom 250 is sparking a unifying movement that celebrates the American spirit and showcases our nation at its best.
On a very basic level, who does July 4th belong to?
July 4th should belong to everyone.
But Professor Rimza-Pavlovska worries some Americans just won't see themselves in this year's celebration.
What commemorations do best is they force us to take a pause and to really stop and think, not only how far we've come, but also how far we have to go.
America 250 declined to discuss specific funding levels with the I-Team, but told us just last week, we are grateful for all the support we've received from Congress and private organizations and continue to work to raise the funds we need to complete our work on a celebration that is worthy of the anniversary it commemorates. Keep in mind, that was less than 2 weeks away from an anniversary they'd been planning for 10 years, and they're still raising money. I'm Ted Oberg for the News 4 I-Team.